here to the weekend. We have to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great. We'll turn to the east, giving all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakakadash.
Giving double honor to the apostle of the great millstone, peace and blessings. The brothers pushing his truth and sincerity, and Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
All right, again, we got things going on in the world. We here to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, which is known as the United States of America. As you people been seeing, as we've been seeing, this place is falling. Here it is, you got, just 5 years ago, $1, that dollar today is now worth $1.25. That's 25% inflation. The mirth of this land is gone, according to Isaiah. You niggas, that's all you niggas, all right, Con. That's all you niggas talk about is, man, back in 2016. Now niggas are saying back in 2020. This is how fast the time, the Lord said, the day shall be cut short. The time on by so fast, a nigga reminisce about yesterday. Everything you people wanted, you can't have it no more. This ain't 1999, you get a 2-bedroom for $500. You ain't no more dollar menu for 2014. That's all the nigga talking about is how it used to be. Guess what? We talking about how it's gonna be in the kingdom to come. I can show up your precepts.
I got something while you doing that. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 18 and verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel coming down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, that great is fallen. It has become the habitations of devils.
Well, what is Babylon? Like I said earlier, Babylon, which it got a couple names in scriptures. Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, Mystery Babylon. That's all talking about the United States of America. And to give you some good history, actual Babylon was never destroyed, like the scripture said. So that's how we know Babylon is just a code name for a future captivity, which today it is America, the United States of America. Because the old Babylon was never destroyed by fire. It was never destroyed, as the scripture would say. So we know, the scriptures don't lie, we know that Babylon got to be something else, which I'm going to keep saying is the United States of America. Right?
Somebody go to Isaiah 13 and prove that. Well, I grab it. Prove the point real quick. The book of Isaiah, chapter 13. Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 19. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Right, so if you know the history of Sodom and Gomorrah, what happened? The Lord opened up the firmament, the Shemayim, and he rained fire and brimstone upon that place. Okay, so that happened to ancient Babylon? No. It's going to happen to the United States of America. We see it playing out through prophecy, man. You know, all these nations gathering together to war against the United States of America, because America is always in the mix of everything, because Babylon controls the whole entire planet Earth, man. All right, that's it.
This is it. Go ahead. It says, verse 2 again, and he cried.
Call it out.
Revelations 18 and 2, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitations of devils, and the whole of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Yeah, Babylon, like I said again, is the United States of America. Your so-called suburbs, where the house costs $180,000 with 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms. They got a movie theater room. You know, all that shit. That shit ain't gonna exist soon to be. Soon to come, that place ain't gonna exist. It's gonna be a fucking desert with fucking lizards, fucking vultures, everything, the hateful bird, them things like the brother just read. All of that stuff is gonna be, all of that stuff It's not gonna exist no more. Yo, fucking Beyond Juicy Eatery, your Pine Crest, your local movie theater, wherever you go to have fun, do fun, your local club, which is on every goddamn corner, your gun store, your fucking liquor store, which is on every corner. That shit not gonna be there no more. It's gonna be a barren desert. No skyscrapers from downtown. Every city got a downtown with skyscrapers. That shit not even gonna be standing no more. It ain't gonna be like the Planet of the Apes where the Statue of Liberty still. No, the Lord gonna take this mother way down. It's not gonna be a fucking remnant of this place.
It says,
when you think of Babylon the Great, they're gonna say that's where the Israelites got delivered from. They're not gonna talk about the Statue of Liberty. They're not gonna talk about captivities. They're gonna say, damn, that's where the Lord delivered the Israelites from.
that's right. Revelation chapter 18 and 3 again. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Hey, yeah, you fucking nations, we ain't forget about you. When even we here right now, while we was here we was living rent to rent, while we was here eating fucking hamburgers and hot dogs and 30% bread. What the fuck is 30% bread? While we was going through that, you niggas was living it up. That's what the Lord said, Arabia shall not pitch tent here no more. While the fucking mother is sick, when the fucking father was dead or locked up, when y'all was giving her fucking 60% beef hot dogs, when y'all was living off that motherfucker, when y'all was living off of us, yeah, cause that's what these nations, they want to say, the white man treat the black man bad. You niggas living off of it too.
I got a quick one.
The fucking Moabites, you Chinese and fucking all you fucking heathens. You got fucking Jake living rent to rent, buying $1,500 phones, and y'all telling them this what you gotta have to be cool. But Jake ain't got clean water and Flint, but they got fucking $1,200 phones because y'all forcing it on them. Y'all telling them this what they gotta be. Y'all hand in hand with the fucking devil, and we gonna make sure y'all serve with that nigga in the kingdom.
Con.
Shit, going back to the Isaiah chapter 13, the brother got the verse 19, but I want to keep reading because brother got a point to what the brother was reading, that this place is gonna be a wasteland. Because all of the things that the brother just named is gonna be the fuel or the fire for the Lord to have an excuse and a good reason to put you down, man. It says Isaiah 13 and verse 20, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds take their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert, like the brother was saying, it's going to be a wasteland. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses. But that was the point. It's going to be wild beasts and vile creatures that's going to be dwelling there. Because the scripture tell you that that place that burneth forever, which we know, you know what I'm saying, the scriptures use parables. It's not going to be burning literally forever. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be burning for a long time. Meaning eventually when that fire dies down, it's just going to be a straight up wasteland where vile creatures dwell, man. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be, you know what I'm saying, the end all be all of what America is. You know what I'm saying? After all is said and done, it's gonna be straight up desert land with just lizards. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Crows and.
Yeah, get that in Isaiah 34.
You know, because it's talking about the Arabian tent, it's talking about the Ishmaelites, the so-called Arabs, man. You know, because everywhere you go in the Israelite community, you see the so-called Arab posted up at the corner store, the gas station. What are they doing? They're the ones that's making you more, even they're helping you being oppressed, man. You know, they overcharge you for certain items. You know, you buy something from them, like say you just mentioned the iPhone and shit. You buy it from them. A couple hours after you leave the bitch don't even fucking work.
Yeah.
So now you just spent all this money when, you know, you spent all this money, now he ain't giving you no refund. You know what I'm saying? He not giving you no refund. And now you just assed out, bro. So you Israelites, it said don't hand join in hand. You know, you're not gonna be unpunished, man. All you need is gonna suffer the wrath of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah too, man.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, because you got these fucking, you got these Ishmaelites, you got the Assyrian, the Assyrian, you got all those, they a mixed multitude over here in the Middle East. And they come here, and what they do is they send one cousin one brother, and that nigga run it up. When they say his visa done, he go back home, they send the next cousin, next brother.
Yeah.
And what they won't tell you is back in the day, they used to tax the fuck out of the so-called black man. When he opened up his corner store, that nigga had to pay 60% tax on his shit. He can't pay his own rent. But then they let the fucking, those Middle Eastern Hussein bastards, they let y'all come over here and run y'all business tax-free. That's why Scripture said they go mourn when Babylon be destroyed, because they was coming over here, they was eating good. Jake opened up a business here, he gonna get taxed. Literally, he's gonna get taxed.
Well, shit, he might not even get the chance to open up a business, bro. See, the only way Jake can open up a business, he's not gonna get a loan from a bank.
Nope.
So what do? Hey, Jake's only option is to get it out the streets, man. That's why you see the guy who probably owns Sunset Kitchen. You think he went and got a loan for that? No, he went out the streets and got that shit, bro. And bought that building under somebody else's name, bro. And that's why Esau is trying to bring in a new system to where he controls where every dollar goes, man. He wants to see how you got this money, how you able to afford this shit, bro.
Hey, well, that's why in Psalms 83 it talks about the nations that are confederate against us, right? With the chief nation being Esau, Edom, and then you have the rest of the heathen that are aligning with the sales to eat for their benefit. All right, so you got the Ishmaelites and the Moabites and the Ammonites, you know, different tribes of the Hamites, right? All these nations are confederate against the Israelites, man, to keep them down. You got that too? No, you got it. Go ahead.
I got one. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 64 and verse 2. All right, Kyle, I'll start at
Somebody
verse
grab
1.
Psalms, the second chapter 2.
I'll start at verse 1, 64 verse 1. It says, hear my voice, O Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, and my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
Yeah, because that's King David, right?
Yep.
When King David was talking, you know, you gotta think King David was going through a lot in that time period. He had a lot more enemies than he had allies. He had enemies at home, he had enemies abroad, far off, and we in the spirit of David. Even right now, hey, I understand. Hey, I'm in the spirit. I don't control whether I die today or tomorrow. A fucking so-called Japanese man, same nigga I spend $6 to buy sardines at his store, nigga might gun me down because he think I'm stealing. Whole time I didn't have no pockets. You have examples of that all through the scriptures. Our enemies, they plot on us all day long. They tell us, yes, friend, come over here. You they friend when you spending money with them, but let you want to build up your own community like we doing right now. I ain't talking about no goddamn put a bank in the black community. I ain't talking about that type of shit. I'm talking about telling our people to get right with the Lord. When you say the name Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, which make the heathen tremble, they don't want to hear that. You had a fucking billionaire hopped out on the, I don't say I'm a billionaire, but he was a very strong so-called Edomite, so-called white man. He was an Edomite. He hopped out on the apostles and said, how do y'all know about this? We paid millions, billions for y'all not to learn this. The Spirit helped us learn it. These fucking heathens, this all they do at those summit meetings when Trump say, hey man, I want the vote for the blacks. When the camera cut off, he say, you gotta make sure them niggas stay in the ghetto on Section 8. You gotta make sure them niggas stay on. You gotta make sure them niggas stay on cheese and rice.
Yeah.
Make sure we put extra chemicals in their food. No Whole Foods in the hood. Only corner stores. Why? Because they know they gotta keep us down to destroy us. They gotta keep us in the mindset if we need them. They say these devils is wiser than Daniel. They did a research of the scriptures. They know when we come back to the Lord, it's over for them. That's why it's a Christianity church on every corner. That's why you had a car dealership on every different hood. Because they know the things that keep us away from the Lord is what? Carnal shit. But that's what David said, keep them away from them things. And we in that same spirit. If I gotta lose it all to stay with the Lord, then so be it.
It says, verse 3, Psalm 64 and verse 3, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at, it says, that they may shoot in secret at, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say,
There is a trap.
who shall see them?
That's the spirit, bro. These fucking, again, we going in on you goddamn heathen. And I pray and hope one of you fucking niggas, one of you Negroes, one of you Latinos don't understand this message. These people ain't your friend. You buy a fucking Chevrolet Equinox from them, you know what they do? They laugh and say, we got that nigga. We put all type of old parts in that motherfucker. They laugh at you. That's what they think about you. They laugh at you. These niggas, they not your friends. 2/3 of our nation are our friends. What more for the so-called heathen that said, let us cast their bonds asunder? You go to work with these motherfuckers, they laugh at you. They go home to their wife and say, hey, got those niggers again. I didn't do anything at work today, honey. I made this nigga do it all. And I gave him $20 an hour and told him, good job, nigga.
Oh man, I see the video. This is years ago, bro. It was a Jake. He was working with an old ass Edomite. And I think he did like 3 or 4 hours of work. And he only paid him $10.
Oh, yeah.
See that shit?
Yeah.
So it's like Jake got so upset that he actually got physical with him and shit. Because Esau, he's not trying to pay you what you. That's why he make you wait 2 weeks. You see what I'm saying? When the scriptures say you're supposed to get paid before the sun go down.
That's right.
So this man actually, Jake did 3 or 4 hours of work. This man said, you got here's $10 for you. And you know Jake in a fucked up situation, bro. Jake, that $10 is probably gonna go to Jake gas tank or probably some food. It ain't even enough to cover a fucking meal, man.
That's not a day's wages.
So he worked for $3 an hour.
Right.
That's madness, bro.
I got one. This is the book of Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. And right, so the children of Israel and the children of Judah, meaning the northern and southern kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? Oppressed together. All the northern and southern kingdom going through this lack of wages, man. Like the brother said, you're supposed to get your wage before the sunset, man. You know what I'm saying? Here it is, you know, this devil gonna give you a week from now, you know what I'm saying? But your fucking light bill due right now, man.
Somebody grabbed the word oppression in the blue letter and just find a definition for it. Because with the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom being oppressed together, other than Egypt, which when he wrote that it was Egypt had already passed, so that's why he said it would happen this time. He's talking about this time period. We're seeing it right now. You got the ICE, they running up on niggas. At an old job I had, a nigga called me and said, yeah, them niggas had to hide in the back room. Imagine being in behind, not a back room, but imagine standing between the walls, the foundation of a house, praying, man, I hope these niggas leave so I can get back to work. I need this money for my family.
Right.
You gotta stand in between the insulation of a wall just so you don't get deported back home, which it ain't really home, but just so you don't get deported, you gotta think, you got Alcatraz, the alligator Alcatraz. Before you get deported, you going to that motherfucker or something close to it. They not just putting niggas on the plane and give them a good old ride home. No, nigga, you gonna stay in America. You gonna suffer before we send you home.
Well, they fucking say, even they was putting so-called Haitians on the plane. Yep. You see that they was, they ended up missing. You know what I'm saying? This is a wicked and unrighteous nation, man. This is a wicked and unrighteous country, man. And it's not meant for you Israelites to survive. It's not meant for you to survive here, man. Everything is against you, man. Nigga Tupac said against all odds, man. You know, this is the state of an Israelite, man, specifically the men. Because the Lord is only dealing with men.
Bring the verse back.
Okay.
You got the word, bring the word.
All right, this is the word for oppress in the blue letter. It's Asak. Strong's age 6231. It says, to press upon, oppress, violate, defraud, do violence, get deceitfully, wrong, extort. Right? It says,
That's the definition of devil, deceive, deception, man. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, this system gives you an illusion, of prosperity. When all you're doing is digging yourself a deeper ditch, man. And
Right.
Esau's graveyard, man.
That's right.
You got it, Doc.
Yeah, in the Strong's definition, it says, the same thing, to press upon, defraud, violate, get deceitfully. What's that scripture? He that getteth
what's that? Sirach 10?
Yeah.
Richest God by deceit.
That's right, right. That's the richest God by deceit. All right, so I'm gonna bring the verse back. Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 33. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go."
And they was oppressed together. Like I said, we seeing that right now. You got the Northern Kingdom, they being so-called deported. Because I ain't seen no fucking plane going back to Mexico. I ain't seen no boat go back that way. Every time I look at the news, it's going up our way. Then you also got the Southern Kingdom. They being oppressed because you got Haiti, which is they claim it's the poorest country in the world because of the sanctions that British got on it. You got the so-called the French, that's what it is. And then you got the Benjamites, which they can't really export or import anything because of they're right next to America. Before you sell anything to Jamaica, you would sell it to the United States. They gonna take it. And then you got the so-called Judites, which they spread all throughout the United States of America. Everywhere you see where they at, it's the hood. Even in New York, the capital of the fucking country, they live in 300-story high projects. They don't even allow them niggas downtown. They being oppressed. Like if you brought the word, it was saying violence. If you take your ass to the wrong neighborhood, they gonna say, nigga, what are you doing here? I know you don't live here. You might live there. They gonna say, nigga, I know you don't live here. I'm calling the police. Before you can prove your residency, they gonna put their knee on your neck and suffocate your ass. They gonna goddamn. Now you done been in jail a weekend. When you been in jail for a weekend, you done lost your job.
Right.
But now you gotta.
Then you call your boss and tell him what happened. He don't give a fuck.
No mercy.
None.
You oppressed at every turn. A nigga buy a smoothie, guess what? They get your ass the old walnuts. At every turn here, you oppressed. You buy a car, they get your ass the older car. It might be two exact same cars. Nigga, you getting the one that's fucked up. We know you're gonna be back. That's their mindset.
Yeah.
That's not perpetual hatred of Esau and Edom. This nigga will destroy himself to destroy you. And the sooner y'all realize that, the sooner y'all be in a better mind state.
This is First Maccabees. This is First Maccabees, chapter 2, and verse 10. What nation have not had a part in her kingdom? I'm sick of you niggas, man. I'm sick of all you niggas on your motorcycles. I can't wait till the Lord come and burn up all your motorcycles and your loud cars with speakers, all that bullshit. You should be right here listening to the word. Fuck this place. First Maccabees chapter 2 and 10. What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils?
Hey, cause that's the spirit, cause a nigga favorite thing to say is, what about the Ishmaelites? What about Japheth? Only the so-called white, what about the white man? He didn't do all bad. Well, the scriptures say, even when he doeth good, it be not of him.
That's right.
Well, which one of these niggas gave you a break? When you was fucking arguing with top here, when you hit the light switch and the lights ain't come on, which one of them fucking nations came and said, hey, here go the extra $5, man. I just bought a new Benz. Here go $10 to put your lights back on. Which one of them niggas came to help you? Which one of these, please tell me, when you was fucked up, when it was 8 cousins living in your house, which one of these nations said, man, let's just get this nigga extra $300 this week. I just bought a new house, here go $300 to help you guys out.
Let's give him a break on Slucky on his rent, you know?
Show me, matter of fact, show me a time period in history when they came to help us out. When the Maccabean brothers was fighting, which one of the nations said, let's help the Israelites out? When King David was fighting for the 40 years of peace, which one of the nations came and said, we're going to stand by the Israelites? All right. Even with Daniel, when you think about Daniel, Nebuchadnezzar, even with Daniel, he showed him what his dreams meant. He showed him he had a power. He had a real living God. And they still threw him in the lion's After time and time again, you know what? The heathens they not meant to stand by us. Them niggas they meant to serve us. And that time period is coming real soon. These niggas ain't meant to be our brothers. Get that shit out your mind, Jake. These niggas was at every chance they had to be over us. You know why Nebuchadnezzar like Daniel? He can tell him what to do. That's what it really go back to. And Daniel was a wise man. Jacob read that story and say, Nebuchadnezzar, that was a good dog, man. He gave Daniel hella power. But he ain't never put Daniel over him, though. What about that?
I got to preach that. This is Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 22. It says, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Hey, because why? Because they saw the affliction of Zion, man. You know, and just like in Ezra the 4th chapter, they tried to frustrate our building, man. All right, because why? Because ultimately, like the brother's going into, this isn't for them, man. All right, and they hurt by that, man. You know, they got to enjoy their time, you know, that the Lord had gave them, you know, to rule, like it says in Ecclesiastes, that the Lord, you know, by time and chance, right? But ultimately, they're hurt because why? Because the people that they had in derision, had they foot on their necks, are going to be the ones that's going to be ruling forever, man. All right, so they're trying to get they shit out right now, man. All right, but none saith restore, man. They don't want to heal Israel because why? In Judah, it tells you that when the Israelites in their right mind, when they're obeying Yahweh Shema Shai, there's nothing that you can do against them, man. It's over for everybody. So all the nations are conspiring, right, to keep the children of Israel down by what? By severing our bands and our cords with Yahweh Shema Shai, man. But you got it, huh?
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed.
All these laws they write, hey, the Lord, he gave us 614 plus laws. This is according to the Mosaic law, right? The first 5 books. You got the whole books of these laws. The Lord gave us 614 laws. 13, right.
The legend.
Right. According to the first 5 books, right? It's right there, 613 plus. But then you go to the so-called Esau Edom, America only been around for 48, 49 years. 49. This nigga got 4,000 plus laws that's continually changing.
Yeah.
Why are they continually changing? Because they're a snare to Jake.
Right.
You look at the gun laws. The gun laws here right now in Ohio, you got open carry. So that means you can have your gun, you can have that bitch, you can have your 30 clip hanging out your pocket, you can have it in your hand, you can have a fucking assault rifle on your back. But let you use that gun, and you didn't know the laws, what they gonna say is, well, did you have gun training? Well, tell us, I heard somebody tell me, they said, if you don't know how to use that gun, that open carry shit go out the window, they gonna say, did you know to shoot him in the leg when he ran up on you? Or you killed him first? That's murder. You shot him in the back? That's murder. Jake think they could just have their gun out right now and that nigga ran up on me, he turned around, I shot him in the back. Murder. That's them laws though, because you wouldn't know that. They just told you niggas, you went on Instagram, they told you to have your gun on you now. And that's what Jake running with. Or they told you niggas, child support, that's not constitutional. But you got a million niggas in jail behind fucking child support. So these laws, they continually flipping. I can't park right here. I can only park right here for free on the weekend. But it say what, 3 to 6 p.m.? But the police want to roll up on me right now and say, hey man, you can't park right here right now. What can I say? This is the oppressor. This the hammer of the earth. The laws is really the laws, whatever this nigga say. Because obviously, the nigga flipping the rules around every day. This nigga just got rid of fucking welfare. This nigga said they want to put a 2-year limit on Section 8 housing, which I'm not an advocate for Section 8 housing, but y'all niggas, your grandma has Section 8 housing. Now you niggas get 2 years to get on your feet. He flipped the rules around. Hey, the Lord said, I changed not. What is that, Micah 3 and 6? I changed not so that ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. The Lord don't change, because he already know how Jake is. Jake needs stability. He needs sound rules. That's why niggas is in and out of jail every 3 months, because the rules are always changing. Who could keep up with this shit? Y'all got.
I got one.
Go ahead. You got grab that.
This is Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 21. It says, "My son, fear the Lord and the king, and meddle not with them that are given to change." Because the brother just went into how they changed their laws constantly. They got, he said over 4,000 laws, and they continue to change them. You see what I'm saying? And so you got to understand, Jake. You're never gonna get the
Benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, you're not gonna get it, bro. It's gonna constantly change. Every time you think you're in a good scenario, they change the law.
Well, you had the rapper Glorilla. Before she was famous, she did 3 years in jail. So guess what she did? She stole a box of cereal when she was 16. Does that sound fucking just? According to our law, when you steal something from somebody, you're supposed to pay them back sevenfold. You're supposed to pay them back twice as much what you sold. I forget which is sevenfold or is twofold. But I know when you steal something, you're supposed to pay it back. If you steal my car and they send you to jail for 7 years, what the fuck do I benefit? I still don't got my car. And nigga, you can't pay me back because you sit in a jail cell eating canned green beans and a fucking Thanksgiving pork turkey. Pork turkey, not a pork turkey. What the fuck is a pork turkey? It's what niggas is eating in jail. But if you, like I said, our laws, the laws of the Bible say if somebody steals something from you, they pay it back twofold.
You know, jail. Have you ever seen the Lord talk about you can put this person in jail for the crime they committed? No. They get judged right on the spot for what they did.
Right.
See, Esau uses jail as a way for you people to pay more taxes.
That's it, bro. And free labor.
Yeah, that's it. Free labor and taxes, bro. And guess what he does with your tax money? He gives it to the military, bro.
Or to those folks over there in Israel. They get more money than anybody.
Yep.
And by the way, the penitentiary system ain't nothing but modern day slavery.
Yeah.
That's why it's such a popular business. You see?
You got the, I remember when I was in like, maybe like 9th grade or 10th grade, we watched this documentary called the 13th Amendment. I advise us to go watch this on Netflix, the 13th Amendment.
I remember that. I see that.
Hell yeah. You got niggas in jail. They making 13 cents an hour, 50 cents an hour. And they working 8-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts. And they tilling the ground. They putting potato seeds in the ground. They farming strawberries. Because when you go into what a slave is, it's somebody who works for free for low wages. Niggas think slaves just work for free. No, it's also low wages. We would be considered slaves.
Yeah. When you mentioned the word employee, I believe in the Black's Law Dictionary is another word for slave.
Yeah.
And don't forget too that 13th Amendment was for when they emancipated quote unquote the slaves. They incorporated the 13th Amendment to put Jake in jail for loitering because they had nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? So that was the 13th Amendment. They were legally allowed you to put you in slavery if you committed a crime. You know?
Oh, not to mention in that documentary, I'm just telling you, gotta watch the documentary. It said 90% of the world, 90% of the world that's incarcerated is in the United States of America. And guess what that percentage is? It's like 90% of that number is Negroes and Latinos. So all the men of our nation, they fucking locked up, making 50 cents an hour, fucking farming potatoes. I give a personal testimony. I had a job when I was about 19 years old. No, I think I was about 20, matter of fact, just turned 20. A nigga walked up to me and said he just did 20 years. And he did that 20, he started that bid when he was 17 years old. All he know is jail. From 17 to fucking, 37 or 38? All he know was jail. This nigga been in the field planting potatoes, picking cotton. Who knows what they had the niggas doing?
And even when Jake get out, they minds to the still jail.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They still, yep, exactly. They still got the mindset of kill or be killed, even out in the regular world, bro.
Well, that comes from Esau.
Yep.
See, that's Esau's mindset. So when you go to these prisons, you become, you develop the mentality of an Edomite, kill or be killed. That's right. Hey, that was his only option. You see what I'm saying? That was his only option when he was in the pit. You see what I'm saying? For those thousands. That's right. When he came up out of there, it was on. You see what I'm saying? My life is Niggas smile and get down and lay down.
Yeah.
That's the Edomite spirit.
Yep.
Hey, just to add, one thing that you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans understand, you'll go to jail for something like a gram or an ounce of weed, and now the shit legalized, but you're still in jail. Doing 20 and 30 years over an ounce of weed, but now you got motherfucking cannabis stations all over America and shit, man. That goes back to the meddling out with them giving the change, because that was a law against the law to have that, and now it's legalized. So he can make money, so he can tax you, and you niggas stay in the cannabis stations now.
Well, you got a city out in Utah where all drugs are legal. It's nothing but fiends lined out.
Damn.
Well, wait a second. All drugs are legal. In my city, they not legal. I
Right.
thought we was one nation, united for all.
Right.
All our rules ain't the same. 'Cause he's given to change. Whatever benefit him in whatever area, hey, that's what he gonna do. This nigga's not the Lord. This nigga's our oppressor. And like I said again, once Jake realized that, we'd be, as a nation, as the elect, really, we'll be in a better mindset as a whole, because this nigga not your friend. He gave you $500 a week and said, man, you worked hard. I gave you this check. I told him to give it to you on Friday. I gave it to you 2 days early, nigga. I gave it, bruh. Nigga be like, man, I love Huntington. I got my $500 check 2 days early. I can't, bro.
Let me say this quick. And I'm gonna say this because this is important. Because hey, Esau is a mad scientist. All right, we come up. If you was ever lived in the projects, what does the projects look like? The projects look like a fucking prison, man. All right, concrete brick walls in the hallways, hard concrete floors. All right, all this is it's a psychological training, man. All right, this is how Esau gets down, man. But you got it, all right?
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us, for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power.
Right. This is why Negroes, Latinos, and simple Native American Indians, you don't have a stable bank account. Scripture say, "First shall be thy basket and thy store." Your pockets empty, your bank account empty, is because why? We worship other gods, man. So now the Lord sent us across the four corners of the planet Earth, and you will see Jake is struggling to survive, man. At this point, we just existing, bro.
Yep.
We not really living life. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about your average Jake 2/3. We living life. We got the scriptures. If you 2/3 of our people, they're just in a fucking on a hamster wheel, bro. They just doing the same thing constantly. I remember I got off work yesterday, and I went in the living room talking to brother, bro, the spirit was on me. I said, bro, I'm just tired of doing the same shit, bro. It's like you getting nowhere, bro. You getting nowhere, because you pretty much working just to pay bills, bro. You don't spend the majority of your time is spent either on the car or at work, bro. You just go home and take a shower, sleep, and get up and do it again, man. This is being subject to payments, bro. Eventually, it has to will. Eventually, Esau is gonna require you to pay off your debt by taking that MOTB, man. This is what it's all leading to. If you're tired of paying off your debt, if you're tired of being in a hole, take this MOTB. We'll give you a incentive of $2,000 a month. Instant gratification. Instant payments. You get your money right here, right now. You work, okay, we about to pay you right now. See, this place is madness, bro.
Own nothing and be happy.
That's right. This is the book of Joshua, chapter 24 and verse 13.
Can you go back to you still got the Isaiah 42, Jay?
I get it.
Yeah, because you read that again. Brother Sean.
Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 22. It says, but this is a people robbed.
This is a people. You don't see Moab, the so-called Chinese or the Ishmaelite being robbed and spoiled, man. They get business loans, man.
Moab has never been in captivity.
Never, bro, unless he was under the Israelites, man. But after that, you know, after they all left under King David's, King Solomon's subjection, guess what? Now they join hand in hand with Esau,
That's right.
so they're reigning over the earth with this man. Okay, go ahead, Al.
It says, but this, Isaiah 42 and 22, but this is a people robbed and spoiled.
Right.
They are all of them snared in holes,
Snared in holes, man. Keep on.
and they are hid in prison houses.
Like the brother said, majority of Jake is in the prisons, man. Okay, and America is known as it's called a prison for a reason, man. Right? Once you leave here, it's hard for you to get out this fucking place. If you try to denounce your American citizenship, if you go anywhere in the world, guess what? You're gonna be taxed to death, bro. You're gonna be taxed until you die, bro. Because for you to denounce your citizenship, they charge you a hell of a lot of money, man. So this place is a fucking prison, bro. You see concrete everywhere, bro. Look at this shit, bro. Look, concrete bricks. You standing on concrete. You don't even see trees around this bitch like that, bro.
The trees is trapped in concrete. That tree can never grow to its full shape because it's trapped around concrete.
Sure, dog.
I think that's like, if I can make a point, I think that was around the time of who was that we went over? Arnold.
Benedict Arnold.
Yeah, Benedict Arnold. Around that time when he was doing, you know, that's when America started cutting off imports and exports, and unless it was for like military reasons, and I think it was also food reasons. You know what I'm saying? So you can't even, if Jake wanted to go about on his own and try to get exports of, you know, herbs or
Tax on it.
yeah, this shit got a tax on it. You probably can't even do it at all, man.
Go ahead.
Continuing on, it says, they are for a prey, and none deliver it.
None delivered, man. Like you said, these heathens not here to help us, man. See, they actually they consult together. Psalm 83, man. You see, all the nations that's mentioned in that chapter was played part in the downfall and the plight of the Israelite man. Right? Go ahead,
God. It says, and none saith restore.
None saith restore, bro. And the only one that's gonna restore us is Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man.
Yep.
Because you can't pay off what you did to the Israelites, man. There's no amount of money in the world that you can say, okay, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Here you go. Here go $100 trillion. That ain't enough, bro.
It's not, because the scriptures say how the sins of this place have reached into the heaven.
Okay.
They talk about how you touched the eye of the most, the apple of the Most High's eye. Everything y'all did was to oppress us. It was to destroy us. Like Ezekiel 35:5, y'all had that perpetual hatred. There's no amount of money that you can give us that can make us say, you know what, we even Esau.
Because your money ain't worth shit.
You just gonna raise the price on everything.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's right. As soon as he like you say, he like the brother been mentioning, meddle not with them that are given to change. Esau is going to. He don't want to see. It said they only consult to cast him down from his excellency, bro. They don't want to see you come up in their level, man. It said Judah shall be in the neck of thy enemies. That's it. Judah is not going to overcome the Edomites, man. Okay, until Yahweh Bashim Yahushua comes back.
That's right.
Can I look at this precept real quick?
Go ahead.
Right here.
This is Zechariah chapter 1 and verse 15. And I am very sore and displeased with the heathen that are at ease.
And because why? Because ultimately, because why? Everything. See, Esau right now is the umbrella, you know, and all the nations are up under it, getting that benefit, that shade. You know what I'm saying? The relief. You got it, right?
It says, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped for it the affliction.
You see, so the Lord was a little bit displeased with us. So, hey, what does the Lord do? He puts us in captivity under these nations, and then what happens? Now the nations got a little bit too greedy, man. You know what I'm saying? And they started doing more than what was necessary, man. You know? So now what is it? Now we're on that hamster wheel. You know, now we we're subject to payments. You know, we work and we don't get our, like the brother was going into, we don't get our day's pay.
That's right.
You know, the money that we deserve. We're not. Man isn't designed to. And even the scripture talk about a daily bread, man. You know.
Yeah.
But Esau doesn't give us. We gotta wait a week, 2 weeks in the hole, man. just for us to get enough money to make it to the next 2 weeks, man. This system is like the brother's going into an oppressive system that continually beats you down with a continuous stroke, man. You know? Yeah, that's it on that. Yep. Isaiah 42 and verse 23. It says, "Who among you will give ear to this, and who will hearken and hear for the time to come?" It says, "Who gave Jacob for his spoil, and Israel to the robbers? Did not Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, he who against whom we have sinned? For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law."
That's why we in this predicament, man. You know, because we disobeyed Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. So the only way you're gonna come up out of this financial debt is if you serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Because that's Israel's main problem is financial debt. You see what I'm saying? You know, and being polluted by these ideologies, man. And then only who's creating these problems? This so-called white man. He's the one that owns all the central banks in the world, man. He's the one that whose face is on the dollars across the countries, man. This so-called white man. You goddamn right we gonna come out here and blame it on the so-called white man. Because he's the parasite of the earth.
I got one. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel." It says, "And set them."
Hey, if the Lord will yet choose Israel, we even right now, you low-level ass niggas. Guess what? In a fucking few months, Lord willing, man. Lord willing, y'all gonna be kings of the earth. The Lord, even though you niggas is smoking and snorting all abominable type of shit, eating all type of abominable shit, the Lord, he's still gonna choose you niggas. You might have gave up on yourself, the Lord ain't give up on you yet. That's what Jake be forgetting about. The Lord, he has a chosen people. He chose us before we was even consumed, before we was in the womb of our mother. The Lord chose our nation.
That's right.
He then put that separation on us. Because Jake really thinks that they best bet is to join hand in hand with the heathen and let's just be Greeks, let's just be Romans.
Right.
The Lord not dealing with us. Look at us, look at the condition we in. No. Even when I got one shoe on my foot and I ain't got no car, the Lord's still dealing with me. How I know? The Spirit. Because Jake, they really believe the Lord not dealing with us. That's what Malcolm X's mother told him in the movie. The Lord loved them more. Why? Because they had carnal possessions? No. The Lord gave us the Spirit. He gave Esau the blessing of the sword, but he gave us the blessing of the Spirit. That blessing will never leave us. That blessing of the sword is going to leave Esau evil.
This is Jeremiah chapter 1. I'm going to start at verse 4. Chapter 1 and verse 4. "Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out the womb, I sanctified thee. And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations." And so basically, the brother just said, the Lord already know who you gonna be before you even come to this earth. And that's why we're standing right here right now. Lord willing, this was our lot from the foundation of the earth. And that would be a great thing, because that would mean we are the elect. And that we gonna be delivered. And you niggas ain't, because you don't love the Lord. You don't love his ways.
And the scripture says that the faithful were created in the womb. You know what I'm saying? So all of this is preordained, man. This is not of ourselves, man. Hey, everybody's just falling back into the lot in these last days. You know? You got it,
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1 again. "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave."
And the strangers are the Israelite foreigners. All right, the ones that fell away. All right, that may not have been able to be a instant partaker of like being hand in hand with brothers, right? But they're far off. They may not be as deep and entrenched as we are, but the Lord is going to have mercy on them, man. And those are the ones that you read about in Revelation 7th chapter. You know, those that are of the sand of the sea, standing with in apparel of white, with harps in their palms in their hands, man. You got it right.
Verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Hey, and that's ultimately, everybody getting their hands on the wicked, man. All right, in the nations, and they're gonna and servants and handmaids is the King's English for slaves, man. All right, the King's English way of saying slaves. So that's the reward for doing what we're doing right now, man. You got it right.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
And that goes into Jeremiah. What's that? 30. Jeremiah 30 and 16. Those that pray upon thee, I will give for a prey. That's the role reversal. Deuteronomy 30 and 7. So this is the mindset that we're going into as we come into these last days, and the opposite mindset that 2/3 is going to have in the spirit of mirth, right? You got it, Doc. Well, I had a quick precept because you had made a beautiful point. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 9. It says, "Feast is made for laughter, and wine maketh merry, but money answereth all things." And that's what what Jake was going into. I don't know if he was talking about the Pasha or Ashayar, but Esau, he does all these things because he knows how important money is. You need a basic amount of substance to be able to survive, man. In the old days, substance was land, cattle, gold and silver, things like that. But in this society, you gotta hustle just to make an FRN note, man. And without these FRN notes, you're not gonna be able to survive. And then when Esau moves from the physical money into a digital currency, if you don't have that C-hip, then you're gonna be ostracized from society also, man. So Esau knows that you need the money, man. You need the work,
I want to back you up. I'm gonna read it in the NLT. What is this? A KSB. It says,
if I can say real quick too, because Esau can pay you $50 an hour if you wanted to, man. Right. He can pay you $100 an hour if you wanted to. But it's specifically designed for you to make around $20, $25 an hour because that gives you just enough. That puts you over, barely puts you over the break of even. So you can save a little bit until you blow a tire out or your engine go out, your roof is fucked up, your basement floods. And then all the shit, the little bit of shit that you were able to save up, now you got to use it, to put back into this beast system, man.
Necessities.
The average Jake right now, it was about $16, $15 an hour. Now it went up to 18, but the average Jake ain't living by himself. He living with a four bedroom, but it's 8 people in there. So that $18 an hour, that's just keeping the lights on. That's just keeping you afloat. Because everybody got to pitch in. It's not really livable right now.
Hey, and that's why Esau don't want you to have more than one wife. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, the more you have in a household that's working together, the easier it's going to become. So this is why they tell you that you need to be monogamous. You can only have one. Right. And then they put the whole thing, happy wife, happy life, and no woman want to share a man. Right. You know what I'm saying? So this is how Esau formulates the plays on your mind, man. What you got it, Doc?
This is the book of Sirach, not Sirach, but Ecclesiastes chapter 7, and I'm gonna start at verse 10 in the CSB. It says, I'm starting at verse 11. It says, wisdom is as good as an inheritance and an advantage to those that see the sun, because wisdom is protection as silver is protection. Right? So just back in the brother, I forget exactly how that first one that you just pulled, but just Esau knows that that money is protection. He knows, and we read in the KJV, it says that money is a defense. Right? Esau wants the nation of Israel. He wants the nation of Israel defense to be down. 24/7. You know what I'm saying? That's why you holding back on the chase. That's why you know what I'm saying, putting up on the cost. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately Esau just wants Jacob to be down 24/7, man.
I got it.
No, that's it.
This is Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And that's not that's how you know who's in charge right now.
Right.
Okay, because the righteous is the elect, starting with the elect men. Okay, and the governing body of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's not in power right now. So this is why it says, but when the wicked, go ahead.
When the righteous are in power, they rejoice. You had a couple examples of that. When King David was in power, after King David ruled, you had King Solomon. He had 40 years of peace.
Yup.
When the wicked was in power, you had the war that died Dochi. You had even recently you had World War I, World War II. So that the scriptures are not a liar. It show you when the wicked are in rule, you got fucking trees in jail. The fucking seedling never experienced freedom. You got the redwood trees in California being cut down every day. Grapes don't grow like they used to. But they even said the soil don't have the same nutrients it once had. But yet, when King David was in rulership, grapes was so big, 2 men had to carry them. The world is in.
That was before King David.
Okay. Yep, right.
This says, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And that's all we've been talking about right now. The mourning, the pain and suffering, the lack of substance, being in a state of constantly subject to payments, never having enough, always being broke, always dealing with financial issues, always getting the short end of the stick.
That's right.
You see?
Being broke is a spirit attached to them.
Hell yeah,
You know,
shit.
depression comes.
Yeah, man.
And then you got spirits, you know, damn, I need to make some money. I'm about to go do some off shit.
Yup.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Hey, and especially when it's in your spirit to be a royal people, man.
yeah.
You know, it's in our spirit to be in rulership, man. It's in our spirit to be prosperous and to be and have substance, man.
That's right.
And this is why this carnal walk is conflicting with our spirit, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Spirit is willing, but
Yep, the flesh is weak. Yeah. Because the flesh what? The flesh wants to make money. The flesh wants to do certain things, man. But in the ancient times, what do? We were satisfied with survival, man. We didn't go over our needs. We wasn't worried about my woman's keep nagging me about a purse and all this, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or your children, or a bill collectors call you and shit.
Right.
You know all that. Hey, all of this is conflicting with our spirit, man. Okay? Because ultimately we're a nation of kings and priests.
Right.
But we're in Psalms 82, it says that we're gods, but we were dying like men, man. All right, so we're gods in the spirit, but we're men in the flesh, man. And the Lord is gonna allow us to allow the spirit to override that, man. You know what I'm saying? As we get here in these last days, man.
Now, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 24 and verse 11. This is, there is a crying for wine in the streets.
That wine right there is talking about the scriptures, the understanding of the scriptures. Of course, in this time period, it is going to be physical. When all hell breaks loose, niggas is going to want wine and Hennessy and whatever they get their hands on. But spiritually, that's talking about understanding the scriptures. When the storehouses is closed up,
Right.
when ain't no more clubs, ain't no more good times, people going to want to understand the scriptures.
It says, there's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened.
All joy is darkened. Whatever make you happy, it ain't gonna be there no more. Jacob worked 50, maybe 60 hours a week, sometimes 80. I didn't work 80 hours a week before one time. And what you need something to balance that out. What you gonna do when that balance ain't there no more? What you gonna do when the liquor store ain't open no more? Your woman ain't there no more. Your PlayStation ain't there no more.
That's right.
Your bed not there no more. You sleeping outside on the hard ass concrete and still going to work and wondering if your check don't hit. What you gonna do in that time period?
All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone.
The mirth of the land is gone. Hey man, I fucking love it. But I had plenty of conversations with older people. They say, man, Christmas don't feel like Christmas no more. We used to have the lights up and shining. Oh, nigga, I remember. I might have been 4 years old, but I remember when all the lights was up. I'm fucking happy the lights ain't up no more. I'm happy it ain't 2-bedroom apartments for 500 no more. Because the sooner the Lord get rid of that shit, the sooner we get the kingdom. The mirth of the land is gone. Stop holding on to this place.
That's the spirit. The brother Astrada, he did a lesson on how the music ain't no hits this summer. You know what I'm saying? It ain't popping off this summer. You know, the bars is empty. You know, the clubs is kind of low. It ain't no hot girl summer. It ain't no no hot boy summer. All that shit is over. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is about to bring hell on earth. It ain't Satan. It's gonna be Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All the fun is over, your barbecues, okay? Your little sleepovers, all that shit, man. All of it is over. Wasting money on bullshit. All right? All that is over, and you can feel it, okay? You can see. You got Ephraim running around right here with their flags, like, okay, yeah, it's supposed to be so-called Puerto Rican Day or whatever, but guess what? You're celebrating being a byword. That's why the Lord said my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Even that shit ain't the same no more. I remember when back in the day when they used to have those parades, it used to be like all just man. But now, ain't nobody got no money for that, man.
Right. I got a quick one. You say, what was that? Oh, okay. This is book Isaiah chapter 24, verse 11. And I got one back. It says, there is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened.
All joy, meaning your physical and carnal joys. That's not talking about the scriptures. It's talking about what y'all did, all the wine and giving into Mary. You got niggas going to this fucking bar right here all day long. You know what they doing? They going there to get drunk. Cause that's the only time they feel happiness. You got motherfuckers right past that bridge getting high all day long because your basic life is not good enough no more.
That's right.
Niggas used to buy houses so they can have a family. The nigga buy a house now, you gotta give that house to your family in about 3 years. Everything, the basic necessities of life was what once used to be happiness is now sorrow. Your check is not enough. The car you got is consistently breaking down, and it's the spirit of the Lord.
It says, all joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone.
The mirth of the land is gone. You know, ultimately, the mirth of this land was back when you niggas was being babies fed to alligators, when they had pick a nigga. Not picnics, but pick a nigga. That was the mirth of this land. 1950, 1960, Edomites was living it up. And even towards the 1980s, 1990s, Jake was living it up. Well, nigga, we in the year 2025. Who living it up right now? Not a goddamn soul. Like I just said, you had the 3 richest men go through divorce. And what was that, like 2 years ago? Who's living it up right now? Even the Rothschilds, right now they stressed up because they wondering what they gonna do. Well, the flood coming because they know they have but a little of time. It's no happiness here left. Ultimately because the Lord took the happiness from this place.
I got one. To back you up. Bible Kashai, I want to start, the point is in like verse 34, but I want to start up at verse 31. It says, Baruch chapter 4, verse 31. Miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons.
Where's the sheep? Babylon.
That's right. It says verse 33. It says, yep, that's a verse right there. It says, verse 33. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad at thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. Right? Going back to what we just read in Isaiah, the 24th chapter, the mirth shall cease, man. The Lord is going to bring your pride to a low estate, man. It says that, I'm going to read it again. It says, Baruch 4 and verse 34. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude. Right? You know, you got Jake about to get together for this Northern Kingdom parade.
Holiday season.
Right, holiday season.
Labor Day.
Yep, you got Christmas,
Black Friday.
How you celebrate Labor Day?
Right, Labor Day.
Shit, you just had the 4th of July pass. They ain't give me Juneteenth, so what's up with that? that should tell you niggas everything.
It says, for as she rejoiced at thy ruin, verse 34, it's like it says, for I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. Right, so you ain't gonna have them, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be feeling good at these parties no more. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying? You don't feel good, and you don't feel friendly at your family barbecues no more. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is bringing all that to a lower state, man.
Somebody grab, because iniquity is abound, what is it like? I think it's like Matthew. Because iniquity is abound, the love of many wax cold. Now, where is that at?
Matthew 24, brother.
Yep. Because that's why I'm not having a good time no more, because Jake's scared. Everywhere Jake go, it could be a party. You could be going to this local bar right here. Niggas keep going there. I'm gonna keep getting on their ass too. Everywhere you go, you in danger. Nigga, Swiss cheese your ass everywhere you go. Yo, bitch, will leave you everywhere you go. Everything that seems like a good time, it's really not. You're in danger because iniquity is abound. When the laws is being kept, which I'm not giving no shout out to these Christians, fuck them, but they was more in tune. They was more based off the Bible, as you would say. Nowadays, niggas is doing as they please. Right. Meaning, the moment you step on my shoe, I'ma kill your ass.
Right.
That's what a nigga mindset is right now. If you step on my new Jordan that I paid $250 for, I'm gonna kill your ass. That's the nigga mindset. As to where maybe about 10, 20 years ago, step on my shoes, I know you ain't mean it, bro. We just dancing, having a good time. The mirth is gone. Niggas don't care about having a good time to a nigga is killing your ass. For real. Even Esau Edom, the police get a kick out of that shit, even more now than ever. Where niggas want to talk about racism and equality, well, where did the racism go? It never left. Right. Equality never came. You niggas are still in the same neighborhood y'all was once in because iniquity has abound. Like I said earlier, the love is the keeping of the laws, statutes, and the commandments.
That's right.
Y'all not keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. There is no love in this world.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Iniquity is sin upon sin. The scriptures say, love thy neighbor as thyself. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not covet. Thou shalt not steal. These things are being made cool. It's cool to steal from a nigga. But then a nigga feels type of way when somebody steal from him. But wait a second. You think you special? The Lord said don't steal. Why? Because it could happen to you. But Jake not considering that. That's why one day a nigga hitting the lick, the next day he is the lick. Your car, you woke up to go to work, your car missing. But you done stole 6, 7 cars throughout your lifetime. It's your turn on, nigga. The iniquity is abound. There's no love. Which love is not that itchy, gooey feeling in your stomach where you, I just love everybody, man. I love everybody. No, that's not what love is.
But when you go to the word cold, they go back to the Greek word psycho.
Damn.
So when shit really hit the fan, like when the Lord reaches the climax of the scriptures, you're gonna see a lot of psychotic people out here like this man right there yelling, talking about Jehovah God. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna see a lot of people acting irate out here, man.
Because this word, man, it rouses up your spirits. Yeah. Especially if you get cut and you really don't know what's going on, but you kind of think you know. All it really is the Lord is condemning you. You know, he's raising up the demons in you and then you get condemned. And so you say things that you know not to say. And so you're going to be judged for that. Just from the words you speak. I got it. This is Jeremiah chapter 7 and verse 34. Then will I cause to cease from the cities of Judah and from the streets of Jerusalem the voice of mirth, the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom, and the voice of the bride, for the land shall be desolate. Jeremiah chapter 7 And verse 34, then will I cause to cease from the cities of Judah and the streets of Jerusalem the voice of mirth, the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom, and the voice of the bride, or the land shall be desolate. Well, basically, when you see a scripture like that and it says, you know, the cities of Judah and the streets of Jerusalem, that's your people before your place. That's right. So we're in the land of Judah and Jerusalem in the spirit. Why? Because you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, specifically you niggers, you Negroes, okay? I'm gonna just call it like it is. The Lord is letting you know the mirth is about to be, it's gone, really, but he about to make it worse for you. You're not gonna be having no more motherfucking weddings, no more big barbecues, no cookouts, for little Roro's birthday party and shit. Right. All that shit is over. He said the land shall be desolate. What does that mean? This shit is all about to be destroyed. Okay? Riding around with your motorcycles, getting ready for the cookout, going like this brother said, going to this bar half naked. Everybody's about to burn up. All this is about to burn up. Your thoughts, your ideas, your just your whole attitude is all about to be gone because you don't have no fear of the Lord. You think this is how it's supposed to be, and it's just off, man. But he letting you know what's coming your way. And go ahead, bro.
These things are gonna happen all the way up until the coming of Yahweh Shai. Yup. Because like the scripture says, can the brother grab Luke 17 real quick, because just like in the days of Noah and in the days of Lot, you know what I'm saying, they were eating, drinking all the way up until the until the flood came, man. You know what I'm saying? So all of this is gonna be happening, man. Even when the microchip is implemented, man, people are still gonna be in that spirit of mirth, right? Because they gonna see the downfall of this kingdom, and when that chip comes, it's gonna be a slight reprieve. You know, it's gonna be it's gonna heal my people slightly, like the scripture said. All right, and then that's where, you know, like these apocalyptic movies, everybody all drugged out, partying, having sex with each other. All these things are going to be happening, man. Because why? All these we're going back to the Greek and Roman Empire, man. All of that was happening during the Greek and Roman Empire, man. You know, because why? Because this is the God. Well, grab Revelation 13 real quick,
what verse you need?
Verse like 4 or 5. What was you had? Yeah, do something you can wrap that real quick. Like 30. Yeah, 28. 27. 20.
Started 26.
Yeah, kind of.
Jehovah God.
Jehovah God. Hey,
this is
that nigga, man. You know, because what? Because hey, he gonna be calling on Jehovah when shit hits the fan, man. You know what I'm saying? And then some Edomites gonna come in and murk that nigga, man.
Yeah.
You
turn
know?
him into stew.
Why? Because that's Jehovah. Some Edomite. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Al.
This is Luke chapter 17 and verse 26. And it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given into marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark and the flood came.
You see, all the way until the day. All right, so this is why, hey, all of this is going to still be happening, man. All the into the coming of Yahweh Shai, man. People are still going to be in the mindset of mirth. All right, you're going to have some that's going to see and be sorrowful. You know what I'm saying? But hey, the majority of the people are going to be in a state of mirth, man. Still, even when shit is hitting the fan, man. You got that.
It says, and destroyed them all.
Keep going.
Likewise also, it was the days of Lot.
Read it again.
It says, Luke 17 and 28. Likewise also, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven.
You see, the same day. All right, so hey, just as in the days of Sodom, like it says in Jude, right, and also in Revelation, hey, this is how it's gonna be here in Babylon the Great, man. All right, but all these things are it's from the wickedness of the Greco-Roman Empire. You get that real quick, Papa Sean? Revelation 13.
This book of Revelation chapter 13 and verse 4. It says, and they worship the dragon, which had power unto the beast.
Oh, let's start at like verse 2. Start at the top.
Or Revelation chapter 13 and verse 1. It says, and I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Okay, and this is going into the ancient Roman Empire. All right, and you had certain vassal states that served and paid tribute to the Romans. And Jerusalem was one of those vassals. Was sort of a when you go into the region of Judea, the Romans were ruling over that, and you had the Herodians that they were set up as overseers of Judea, okay, by the Roman Empire. All right, you got it. Huh?
It says, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. It says, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion.
Okay, because why? Because ultimately the beast system started with the Greek system, man. Okay, and the feet of the bear represents the end of this beast system, and we're coming into that right now. Okay, by the Russians. All right, and it said what? What else?
And it says
they represent the Edomite dominion. You know, it's like you said, starting with the Greeks, with Alexander.
Yep.
You know, eventually,
and the feet of it
is like the brother said, the Russians, who's the leader of the Russians today, the Vladimir Putin, which he has a strong demise. He has a strong feeling of harm to those European Edomites as well as the Americans, man.
The same.
Yeah, the same. That's it.
Right, because the feet represent the end of a thing, which we know the Lord is going to get that Third World War popping, and it's going to end off, you know what I'm saying, with ultimately Yahushua, but you're going to have Magog, Russia, and his alliances go head in hand with Esau and his alliances.
And that's the spirit you said that, bro, because in Daniel, the 2nd chapter, like around verse 40, it tells you that the stone that was hewn without hands smote the image in the feet. You know what I'm saying? That lets you know that in the feet is the end of is the last captivity, which represents this captivity right here in Babylon the Great, America. All right, but the stone smote the image in his feet, man. Okay, you got it.
Daniel 2:42.
Go to verse 45. That's why.
Daniel chapter 2 and verse 45. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it breaketh in pieces the iron, and the brass, and the clay, and the silver, and the gold.
You see, all because why? Because this image had a head of gold, the breastplate of silver, thighs of iron, legs of brass, the water, bro. Of brass, legs of iron, and then it's slag. That's crazy. It's the water, bro. And then you got that represents the 4 major kingdoms that was to come before the last kingdom, which will have the feet part of iron and part of clay. Okay, and that represents America. Okay, go ahead and keep reading. Yeah, kind, which basically is America. Yeah, kind. Or the beast system. Yeah.
The brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great power have made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter. And the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure.
So that the feet represent the end of it, represents the end of a thing. All right, so that's why it says in Revelation 13 that this beast had the feet of a bear. You got it, Doc.
It says, the feet of a bear and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And
because why? Because ultimately that lion represents Great Britain. All right, when you do your history of the Revolutionary War, these Americans had to fight a war to separate themselves from the British rule. As we were doing a little bit of history of going into that, you know what I'm saying?